Are you a car enthusiast looking for the ultimate luxury and exclusivity? Look no further than these classic and vintage cars, some of which hold the title for the most expensive car sales in history. Get ready to see the top 10 most expensive car sales in history, featuring iconic brands like Aston Martin, Ferrari and Mercedes. From racing legends to one-of-a-kind masterpieces, these cars are not only beautiful, but also hold significant historical value. 1956 Aston Martin DBR1, $36,869,915. Kicking off the list is this remarkable Aston Martin DBR1 from 1956, which isn't just a pretty face, it also packs a powerful punch on the racing circuit. Not only was it the first of just 5 DBR1s ever produced, but it was also driven by Carroll Shelby himself and is regarded as the most important car in Aston Martin history. This historical importance is thanks to it claiming the victory in the 1959 Nurburgring 1000 kilometers for Aston Martin, as well as being the sister car to the 1959 Le Mans winner that was driven by Carroll Shelby and Roy Salvadori. The generous curves of its body are painted in a classic green color, while its details, both inside and out, are the most correct of any DBR1 that survives today. 1955 Ferrari 410 Sport, $38,937,788. When this gorgeous red 1955 Ferrari 410 Sport was reported to be heading to Monterey Classic Car Week, the pulse of auto enthusiasts worldwide quickened, as the vehicle had never appeared on the public market. Originally developed for the 3,373 km Carrera Panamericana race in Mexico, the 5-liter V12 of the Ferrari 410 Sport was created to challenge the top speed dominance of Cadillac and Oldsmobile. Incidentally, the first time it was raced was in the February Palm Springs road races, where it was driven by the one and only Carroll Shelby, who took it to first place. 1964 Ferrari 275 GTBC Special by Scaglietti, $44,694,384. This immaculate dark grey Ferrari 275 GTMC might not have the same brightly coloured livery as others on this list, but it is one of the most important Ferraris ever built. Only 12 of these vehicles were produced, and this particular one has a racing history that includes the 1965 Tour de France automobile. The car is also the first Ferrari to use the 5-speed transaxle. 1967 Ferrari 275 GTB4S NR80 Spider, $48,405,000. This 1967 Ferrari 275 GTB4S NR80 Spider is one of only 10 ever produced, and it is considered to be one of the most valuable Ferraris in the world. The car was built as a special order by Luigi Chinetti, the founder of the North American racing team NR80. It was designed to be a road-going version of the race-winning 275 GTB4 and was intended to be a halo car for Ferrari in the United States. 1956 Ferrari 290mm by Scaglietti, $47,427,606. This Ferrari 290mm by Scaglietti from 1956 is one of the most exclusive Ferraris ever built. Originally built for Formula One racing legend Juan Manuel Fangio, the Argentinian race car driver took this Ferrari to 4th overall while racing in the 1956 Mille Miglia, despite having no navigator and an open-topped car in torrential Italian rain. The car is one of the rarest vintage Ferraris, with just 4 examples ever built. A true collector's car. This 320 brake horsepower prancing horse would have a blistering top speed at the time, even if today's most expensive production cars would be quicker. 1954 Mercedes-Benz W196R Formula One racing single-seater, $50,926,957. This Mercedes-Benz W196R Formula 1 racing single-seater from 1954 is one of the most valuable cars in the world. Driven by Formula 1 legend Juan Manuel Fangio, it helped Mercedes-Benz to become one of the most valuable car brands. The Argentinian five-time world champion won his second championship in this car, and it is the only W196R to have won 2 Grand Prix races. As the only W196R that remains in a private collection, it's no surprise that it achieved such a high price when it went under the hammer at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. It is a truly remarkable car that represents an important moment in the automotive industry, and it is unlikely to reappear on the market for decades to come. 1957 Ferrari 335 Sport Scaglietti, $59,635,404. This Ferrari 335 Sport Scaglietti from 1957 was built for one thing: racing. This was the same car that helped Ferrari win the Constructors' World Championship title in 1957, with a second place at Mil-Miglia that year, as well as claiming victory in the Cuban Grand Prix of 1958. With immaculate bodywork sculpted by Sergio Scaglietti, this car is considered one of the most important Ferraris in the history of motor racing. It's a genuine masterpiece. 1962-63 Ferrari 250 GTO Berlinetta, $64,526,510. This Ferrari 250 GTO Berlinetta is one of the most valuable cars in the world and was the most pricey car sold in 2014. As one of just 39 GTOs that ever left the famous Ferrari Maranello factory, it has enjoyed a history of motor racing in Europe during the 60s and even claimed second place during the 1962 Tour de France automobile. First owned by Frenchman Joe Schlesser, a daredevil and talented downhill skier, it is considered one of the best-known Ferrari GTOs in history and a dream car for anyone in the automotive world. 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO by Scaglietti, $77,256,400. This Ferrari 250 GTO by Scaglietti from 1962 is considered one of the most iconic and valuable cars in the world. One of only 36 GTOs ever built, this particular car is considered to be the most original example in existence. With a rich racing history, it has competed in events such as 24 Hours of Le Mans, the Tour de France, and the Targa Florio. The car's design and performance made it one of the most competitive cars of its era, and it remains one of the most valuable Ferraris in the world. 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe prototype, $210,020,272. The top spot on our list belongs to the 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe prototype, sold for a record-breaking $210,020,272 in 2022 at the Mercedes-Benz Museum at Stuttgart, Germany. This rare prototype, considered the world's first supercar, was one of only 2 ever built and had been in Mercedes' collection since 1955. The funds from the sale were donated to a scholarship fund for children studying environmental science and decarbonization. A true masterpiece in automotive history and a valuable addition to any collection. These classic and vintage cars are not only beautiful, but also hold significant historical value. From racing legends to one-of-a-kind masterpieces, these cars represent the ultimate in luxury and exclusivity. These cars hold the title for the most expensive car sales in history, and they are a true testament to the craftsmanship and passion of their creators. Thank you for watching our video on the most expensive car sales in history. If you enjoyed this, be sure to check out our previous videos on luxury cars and automotive history. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates and exclusive content. See you in the next video.